Hello, I'm Beck. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be drawing a D&D character based on the roll of the dice.
Let's bring out the Tower of Destiny!
So I wanted this one to be really cool, and the first sketch that I did I wasn't feeling it. I wanted her to look intimidating and like she was about to kick your ass, but it didn't really come out that way. So don't get too attached to this pose that I'm drawing now. It disappears rather quickly. And yeah, I mean, looking back, it wasn't that terrible. It just didn't have the vibe I was going for. And yeah, don't like it, didn't like it, gonna get rid of it in a minute. I was very excited because I've never drawn Air Genasi or, there we go, goodbye, Air Genasi or Warlock Ranger combo, and all of those together is exciting. I wanted to do something that sort of served the coolness of that combo. So part of it now is I'm drawing her levitating, which is something that an Air Genasi can do at 5th level, I think. There's a, don't mind me, just quickly looking. Mingle with the wind is one of the traits that an Air Genasi has. So at 3rd level, you can cast Featherfall, and at 5th level, you can cast Levitate. And yeah, because air. Mingle with the wind. You also get some cool stuff, lightning resistance. You can hold your breath indefinitely while you're not incapacitated. Dark vision, which I feel like pretty much every race has dark vision, I feel like. Just maybe not humans. Sucks to be us. But yeah, it's very, very cool. And just Genasi in general are really interesting. It's sort of, they have ancestry with genies, or they're, if they're not a direct descendant of Djinni, they can be born to non-magical parents who live near a place suffused by a genie's magic, it said. So basically, I guess it kind of means if you have the parents getting pregnant at a time where they're under the effect of magic, or they maybe used a wish to get pregnant, that would certainly result in a Genasi, someone who's been touched with genie magic. And there are 4 different types because of the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Usually the air Genasi will have blue skin, although it's, you know, you can make your skin any color you want, but it says sometimes the skin is marked by lines that seem like cracks with bluish white energy spilling out. I didn't draw that. That would have been cool, but the way that I'm doing it, it didn't really work. So the Air Genasi's hair might blow in a phantom wind or be made entirely of clouds or vapor. That I did do. I wanted her to have thunderstorm hair. I wanted it to be the kind of thing where when she's in a good mood, they're white and wispy and beautiful clouds, and then when she's in combat and she's angry, they become really dark and stormy and scary. I think, yeah, well, you see. You'll see when I color it in. It comes out pretty well, but I do a lot of fiddling around to get to that stage. For the Warlock part of her class, I don't think it would surprise anyone when I say that I have her patron being a genie. Now, is that the genie that she's related to or has touched her life in some way? Maybe not, because in order to be a genie patron, you can't just be any genie. You have to be a Noble Djinni. They are extremely rare, and they rule over basically, hold on, let's see what it says. You have made a pact with one of the rarest kind of Djinni, a Noble Djinni. Such entities rule vast fiefs on the elemental planes and have great influence over lesser Djinnis and elemental creatures. Noble Djinnis are varied in their motivations, but are most are arrogant, and wield power that rivals that of lesser deities. So we're talking about an extremely powerful Djinni who's a bit of a dick. And I like the idea of someone who potentially has been touched by Djinni magic. Maybe it was that Djinni's magic. Maybe they cast some sort of spell on like a huge area of land, and maybe it was a bad spell. Maybe it was a wish that turned out to be that kind of monkey paw situation that Djinnis love to do, where it was also a curse. And in order to undo this curse, this character, what's her name? I don't know. Let's just call her Sarah. So Sarah has taken up the challenge or made a pact with this Noble Djinni to do a thing, which I will totally figure out before the end of this video what that thing is. And when she does that for this Djinni successfully, she will free her people from the curse that has befallen all of them. So she's doing really cool things. Probably that's why she joins an adventuring party, to help her more effectively do the thing. And yeah, that's the Warlock side of her multi-class explained. Now the Ranger side of the multi-class adds an interesting element to what this curse might be, because typically a Ranger is very independent and they live sort of in forests in nature. They defend the defenseless on the edge of civilization. They're not usually someone who will live in a big city or even in a village necessarily, but they are very good at tracking and hunting and surviving in rough circumstances. For the archetype of the Ranger, I decided to go with Swarm Keeper. Yeah, Swarm Keeper. I forgot what it was called. Swarm Master, Swarm Keeper, whatever. Because I thought it would be very cool if, in addition to her lightning and thunder, she had command of a mighty swarm of fireflies. Because to be Swarm Keeper, you have a swarm of something that is with you at all times. So you can kind of choose what... They're technically nature spirits, and I think they can change if you want them to change what form they take. But generally, I think people play it where you just pick a specific form and that's what's with you all the time. So the examples they gave was swarming insects or fluttering birds or playful pixies. It can be pretty much anything that flies, and during battle you can have your swarm assist you. They can do damage, I think it's piercing damage, or they can push you or your opponent a certain distance away from each other or toward each other if that's what you want. But the swarm's pretty cool. They can do stuff. I think at a certain level also you can learn Mage Hand, and the swarm is the like embodiment of what the Mage Hand is doing. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I kind of want to play this character. She's got some good stuff going on. I draw in just some little sparkles at the end to represent the fireflies, so keep an eye out for that. Really gotta love the Procreate brush that makes lightning just naturally look very electric. I would have to play around with it a lot to give it that glow if I was doing it manually, but yeah, it's just a brush, yay. I as you can see, I worked really hard on getting her hair to look like clouds. I didn't want it to just look like she has curly hair on a windy day. I wanted it to look like actual clouds in the sky. Let me know in the comments if you think I did a good job, but wait until I'm done because I do fiddle around with the colors some more. Also trying to get a good skin color of blue, which also looks stormy, is surprisingly difficult. I also forgot that as part of being a Djinni's patron, no, are you the patron or are they the patron? They're the patron. Having a Djinni as your patron allows you to have a Djinni's vessel on your person, and there's a handy little table where you can roll what kind of vessel it is. I got stoppered bottle, and I remembered to draw it on just now. It's got some cool stuff that you can do with it. So bottled respite is where you can magically vanish and enter your vessel, which it remains in the space that you've left. But that's pretty cool in terms of you can just be like going through someone's stuff and hear them coming and then be like, oops, I'm in the bottle. It's, you know, they don't hopefully notice that it's just a bottle sitting there on the ground rather than seeing a full person there. And then also Djinni's Wrath is part of the vessel thing where you can deal extra damage. I can totally say words today. You can deal extra damage during your battles. So good to keep that and have it on your person. So I wanted to draw it in there. Yeah. Now for her stats. She has pretty decent stats overall, but like the constitution is standing out to me. She doesn't have a great constitution with a -1 there. I think it's probably because she's never really needed one. Like, with the exception of being a Genasi, she can hold her breath indefinitely. Well, Air Genasi. Not all Genasi can do that. The stuff that you would need a constitutions check for, she probably wouldn't do super well because she is an air elementally infused person. So things like lifting heavy things or withstanding a heavy blow or things like that, she would probably topple over pretty easily, especially if you're levitating and someone punches you. You would literally go flying. So Constitution -1 does make sense. In terms of like the dexterity and intelligence, that plays really well into her ranger ability, her ability to survive in nature and craft objects. And well, surviving in nature is largely intelligence based and crafting is dexterity based. Being able to work with your hands and stuff, very important. Wisdom +1, charisma +1. So she's a little better than average at learning lessons of life and also interacting with people. So yeah, generally she's got good stats that make sense in terms of who she is as a person. Now this backstory. I made you a promise. I will do the promise of naming the curse that she's trying to undo, and that curse that affected everyone in her community is that no one can breathe air. No, that's stupid. Oh my god, why can't I think of anything? Okay, so I lied to you. I don't know what the curse is that she's trying to undo from this Air Genasi. What curse? What would you wish for from an Air Genasi that would be a curse? You tell me what curse she's trying to figure out. Put it in the comments. I can't think of anything at all, and it's gonna drive me crazy. And probably after I've posted this, when it's too late to edit it and change it, I'll think of something really cool. If I do, I will put it in the comments. I'll just comment to myself like a cool person. So what do we think of Sarah? The artwork is done. Ta-da. Sarah, the Air Genasi. Thank you for watching. This one was kind of a interesting journey for everyone. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.